Actress Felicity Huffman was so riddled with fears of not being a good mother to her two daughters born with learning disabilities that she unwittingly bought into what became the Operation Varsity Blues scandal that exploded in 2019. A new book reveals the college admissions scandal involved 40 other parents, including actress Lori Loughlin, and sent Huffman to federal prison for 11 days for paying for an illicit admission to college. Lori Loughlin had no college education and admittedly knew nothing about the college landscape but wanted her two girls to have the college experience, even if that meant paying $500,000 to get her daughters enrolled at USC as fake crew recruits, according to author Nicole LaPorte in her book Guilty Admissions, The Bribes, Favors, and Phonies Behind the College Cheating Scandal. The author, a former Variety reporter who covered the Hollywood movie industry, explores the inanity of college admissions and how early the process begins in the elite world of LA education, the epicenter of the scandal, and why the city's elite were so easily swindled by conman. Loughlin was a regular on the TV soap opera The Edge of Night at age 16 and therefore knew little. For her role in the pay-to-play college admissions scandal, the Full House actress served 2 months in but the author writes that it was Loughlin's husband, Mossimo Giannulli, the perennially tanned fashion designer, whose passion went into overdrive when considering college. He had his sights set on the University of Southern California. The school's roots are deep in the entertainment industry, with George Lucas, Robert Zemeckis and Judd Apatow graduating from its famed film school along with many Hollywood screenwriters, producers and executives. Like his wife, Giannulli didn't have a college education, but to feed his passion, he sought the essential social cred in LA through school that had become a sought-after prize for wealthy But daughters Isabella and Olivia weren't going to get admitted to USC on their grades. Giannulli needed a fixer, someone who could ensure acceptance at the college of their father's choice. The author wrote, word of mouth had spread through LA's wealthiest pockets, where families were accustomed to hiring tutors and instructors to advise their children, about one man who had a mouthy, aggressive personality, but he got Enter Rick Singer, the kid whisperer, the guy who had made inroads in the private airplane crowd at LA's private school. He was CEO and master coach of the world's largest private college counseling and life coaching company, The Key worldwide, or so his flyer claimed, along with having offices in 101 American cities and 5. He boasted he had gotten 1.5 million students into first and second choice colleges. People believed he possessed the secret formula of how to land an acceptance letter from a prestigious college, writes.The, and that letter was proof you were somebody in certain status-obsessed circles of LA. Singer lied that he had been hired by Obama to work with his two daughters, said he had coached LeBron James and was a surrogate big brother to Steve Jobs' son when some in this crowd heard he was sleazy, but it was all about optics in LA, and if he could deliver, they naively bought into his magic and ignored the warning signs of Singer's irregularity. Even at the very Tony Brentwood School, an upper-crust bastion for power players that counts Callista Flockhart and Lance Milken, son of former junk bond king billionaire Michael Milken, as board members, parents sought out Singer's side-door enrollment expert. That might include the student applying for admission by faking being on a sports team, or Singer taking the college entrance exam for the student after offering up excuses why the student had to take it alone with the proctor, claiming a student had ADHD, anxiety or OCD, bought extra time in the test room with Singer's aide, where the answers could magically be correct. In one case, Singer suggested a family write on their child's college application that the child was African American. That family refused. He created false athletic profiles for students in sports where they had no prior experience, all with fake. Her would-be talent was verified with a fake photo taken in the family swimming pool, all for a mere $200,000. Giannulli would go back to Singer to do the same side-door entry for his younger daughter, Olivia, who had no interest in going to college because she was already making between $10,000 and $15,000 for video posts of her doing her makeup on her successful YouTube channel. But Giannulli wanted both girls to go to USC, so he pursued Singer a second time. Giannulli was such a die-hard USC Trojan fan he flew the USC flag above his $28 million Mediterranean mansion on LA's Tony West. He had never enrolled at USC but faked being a student at the school, enrolled in the Beta Theta Pi fraternity and moved into the frat house until they discovered he wasn't matriculated and gave him the boot. He wasn't like the fraternity brothers wearing shorts and flip-flops. He always looked like he was trying to be Valentino, a former frat father told The. He used the money his father was sending him for tuition to make sweatshirts for the sorority girls, which jump-started his career when he also began selling them at other. Giannulli didn't realize that maybe he didn't need Singer's help to get his daughters into his dream college. He had often been contacted by the school's development office looking for donations, and his generosity might have just greenlighted their acceptance, without having to pay to play that ended up costing him 5 months in prison, a $250,000 fine and 250 hours of Meanwhile, Huffman wasn't obsessed with a prestigious college for her daughter but told the judge in the case that she just wanted Sophia to get a fair shot to pursue her acting dreams. Huffman had been insecure about parenting for so long and felt guilty that she was often away on acting. I felt sorry for my kids to have me as a mother, bemoaned Huffman. I have made so many mistakes as a parent it actually makes me nauseous to think about it, she wrote in a note. Sophia at age 4 couldn't walk across a lawn in bare feet without flipping out. Tags in her shirt would cause a 20-minute meltdown. She didn't know how to physically play with other kids, and most often she couldn't sleep, she wrote. These sensory modulation issues made her either over or under respond to her environment and she couldn't regulate her emotions. So Huffman again turned to advisors to help with her lack of confidence as a mother. When the actress learned about Rick Singer, an independent college counselor who read his doomsday speech to her that Sophia would not get into her college of choice, Juilliard, without his help with her SAT test, she agreed to pay. She paid a cool $500,000, without allegedly knowing that Singer was a fixer who used bribery and fake athletic profiles to buy admission for his clients to major universities. In Sophia's case, he would get a proctor in the room where Sophia was going to take the test and $75 grand will make the scores perfect, Huffman noted during her conversation with Singer, not realizing the proctor was going to change the answers to get that perfect. The cesspools of insecurity over parenting in LA's wealthiest section drive parents to hire child development gurus, doubling as preschool whisperers as early as infancy to make sure that a child gets into a competitive nursery school, a boutique preschool and then Harvard, or enrolling in an elite toddler program that ensures admittance to the preschool. Parents have to get on board when the child is 1 and start calling every 4 to 6 weeks to show their. The author describes this as happening in LA because the city is a microcosm where extreme wealth and ambition collide and money freely dispensed to procure yet another VIP experience in its ultra-elite schools, with ultra-driven parents throwing around exorbitant levels of checkbooks are used to gain influence and to buy expensive gifts for teacher, like iPads and trips to Paris, all to gain more favorable points to get a student enrolled at all the schools play the donations game, and it's good to start donating money even before the student applies for college admission, Singer advised. Gala fundraisers bring in cash for the school to buy a child extra close attention and make inroad. Good old-fashioned hard work, monitored in the perfectly calibrated setting of a place like Harvard Westlake, gets you nowhere, writes the author. At the very elite Harvard Westlake School in LA, parental campaigns are undertaken with the same level of whimsy with which the Japanese Navy bombed Pearl Harbor, according to author Caitlin Flanagan, who once worked at the school as a guidance counselor. It's best to start while babies are still in the womb, the author